The X Factor is expanding its audition process this time around to reach more singers than ever before. And this season, they've added Providence as one of only 5 audition spots across the country. Joining us this morning to tell us more about the auditions is Simon Cowell himself. Good morning, Simon.
Will, how are you?
Great. It's great to have you here. And I can tell you that when this was announced that the X Factor was coming to Providence, everyone is so excited that you are on your way. And what made you choose Providence?
Well, we were looking at, the most important thing was I wanted to go somewhere where none of these shows had been before. And we had a few options. And then there was a picture of Providence somebody showed me. And I thought, this looks amazing. And I heard really good things about the area. So I thought this is going to be exciting. And I like the fact that we can go somewhere we've never been before. So now you've got to produce some talent for us. That's the deal.
You know, well, speaking of talent, I mean, we're expecting, thousands of people to show up for auditions. What exactly is it that you're looking for when you say the X Factor? What are you looking for everyone who's showing up?
You always will. I say originality, and nowadays the people who audition, you've got to go on the internet on places like YouTube and work out something original I haven't seen or heard before. Because where people make a huge mistake is that they just learn something like an Adele song and they sing it like Adele, and they think that's what we're looking for. We're not. As a record company, we're always looking for originality and where there's a gap in the market. Like, for instance, at the moment, if you go back to the Motown era, where it was dominated by pop groups, there's no groups in the charts at the moment in America. So there's a massive opportunity for a group to come in, or for 5 friends to form a group, because there really is, as I said, a gap in the market right now. But you've got to do your homework and not sound like somebody else.
And I was also reading that you were saying, speaking of groups, you were saying that you believe a group can win this competition. Is it tougher for a group to enter a contest like this and really compete with, the folks who are up there, doing solos?
No, and it's interesting because there's a group who were on my show a couple of years ago who we put together called One Direction, 5 guys. And we've built up a demand for them in America the last few months. We're putting their album out next week, and there's a chance their album's going to debut at #1 in America. And that shows you that there is a massive, massive gap right now for something like that. So, anyone who's listening to this, it's doing your homework and being smart and being original.
And I know you've been asked this question a million times before, but any way you can tell us when exactly you're going to make a move to fill the new judges' seats?
Well, we're working on it all the time, and you think, I thought at the beginning of this week, Will, that we'd kind of narrowed down all the contestants, and then 2 other people last night threw their names in the hat, and they're big names, so you still got to talk to everybody.
And the rumor is, and I would love to have you be the one to break it right here, Simon, this is your big chance that you could be making the announcement soon, and that it could be Britney Spears, could be one of them. Come on, give it up.
Well, I'm going to tell you exclusively
yes,
that I can't answer that question.
All right.
I'd love to.
And, you were saying this is your first time to Providence, and we are so looking forward to having you here in the city. The other thing that I was reading was also that you are going to be accepting people who may have already had some sort of recording contract.
Well, it doesn't matter. I mean, because as well as running a television company, I run a record label, which I have in partnership with Sony. When you run a record label, you can't put rules on who you can and who you can't sign. So we don't care what age you are, whether you've had a recording deal, whether you've got a management contract, whether you're in a group, whether you're over the age of 30, who cares? If you've got talent and we think you can sell records, you're welcome on one of these competitions. And funny enough, we proved this recently with Susan Boyle, who's like the most unlikely pop star in the world. She's sold so far 25 million albums.
Wow.
So, you've got to break the rules.
And one more question. You've been doing this for a long time. I mean, a lot of, thousands of people have gone past you. Has there been one person, or maybe more than one, that you've let go that may have turned out to something, something bigger than you ever had expected?
That's a very good question. Probably, but nobody comes to mind right now.
All right. Well, I'm going to give you one more chance. Can you just tell us who it could be?
Okay, I'll give you a clue.
Yes.
One of them's going to be a girl.
All right, thanks so much. We can't wait till you come here to Providence, and we hope to be able to meet you soon. Auditions are being held right here in Providence at the Dunkin Donuts Center. Registration is May 9th, and auditions are on May 10th. For more information on how to register, you can head to WPRI.com.